Does this work? Yeah, this works. Okay, great. Hi, I'm Hannes Klepper. I'm a co-founder of iversity. We are an online education startup based in Berlin, and we're working on bringing MOOCs to Europe. So maybe a little bit of background about myself. I've come to this out of frustration with the digital infrastructure in use at most universities. I've studied at 5 different institutions in Europe as well as in the US. And pretty much wherever I went, the infrastructure was, well, we all know the story, I mean, of learning management systems. Okay, there's got to be something better than this. So we started working on iversity in 2011, trying to solve this learning management problem. As we were working on that, 2011, 2012, this whole MOOC thing happened. And I mean, we all know that we're moving from this side of the screen to that side of the screen. And then there are great opportunities that arise out of this transition in the related industries, I mean academia itself, but also in publishing as well as in recruiting. So there was this vague idea out there and everyone was talking about it, but then with the whole MOOC phenomenon, suddenly it seemed to become so much more, so much more dynamic. And suddenly this conversation, I mean, that I think is really what the MOOC certainly achieved already today, is that really transformed the conversation about the role of technology in higher education fundamentally. And suddenly this became a whole lot more palpable. So we decided that we wanted to work on that. There's a third managing director who joined our company, Markus Rieke. He used to be on the board of eBay Europe, as well as the CEO of StudiVerzeichnis, which was the German equivalent of Facebook, and had the owners been somewhat smarter, they would have sold it for 5% in Facebook back in the days, which they decided not to do. But yeah, as I said, I think there are some really interesting opportunities that arise here in this space, and we're working on transforming the European landscape with this concept. So you may wonder, okay, you want to be the #1 player when it comes to MOOCs in Europe. That's good. That's ambitious. But how are you going to seize that opportunity? And we were wondering about that as well. So how do we go about it? I mean, we're not Stanford University professors, so we can't produce our own courses, put them online, and to witness a monumental success. Clearly, we'd have to go take a different route. And we didn't know who would be the professors who'd be interested in doing a course. We're sure there, probably 90% of professors weren't interested in this, but there was a small minority who would be very interested in running a course. But then also we wouldn't know which would be the most interesting disciplines, what would students actually be interested in, and also what would be the best format. Obviously, I mean, I've been studying the whole MOOC sector now, and as it's evolving, there's lots of criticism also of the didactics not being quite what they could be yet, and some courses falling short of students' expectations. So we decided, okay, let's take a different route, and we decided to do it by launching an open call for applications. We're working with a renowned think tank, a higher education think tank in Germany that's backed by a major foundation, and we decided to award 250,000 euros to the most interesting concept for an open course. That's 10 fellowships. We call the MOOC Production Fellowship, 25,000 euros each. Professors from around the globe can apply for these fellowships, and we are then going to select the best entries. But it's a 2-stage process. First, there's an open vote, so students themselves can say what it is that they would like to see turned into reality, and then there's a jury selection process. Professors can apply through 30th of April, so there's still some time left. If you know of a professor who you think would be a great open course instructor, then just shoot them the link. They can apply. It's pretty straightforward, 3 pages roughly in total, but just a couple of questions that you need to follow and answer. It's not like National Science Foundation. And they have to produce a short video in which they outline, okay, this is what I want to teach. This is why I think I'd be the right person to teach it, and these are the tools that I'm planning on using. Obviously, we're going to build a platform where these courses can run, and the first course is supposed to go live in the fall of 2013. So again, to summarize, in a nutshell, we want to bring MOOCs to Europe. We're running the contest I just described. The URL is moocfellowship.org. We've received a lot of attention lately in international as well as national media. I'm very happy about that. I'd be very interested in hearing what you guys think about this, and if you have any questions as to what it is that we're working on and how we're going about it. Thank you. Yeah. So the question was how our approach differs from Future Learn. Future Learn, as you know, some of you may know and others may not, is the Open University's approach to MOOCs in the UK. They've teamed up with a number of institutions across the UK, and I think that's also the first difference. We decided to, you know, I mean, we're very open to have conversations, interactive conversations with institutions, and we are, I mean, we're already talking to a number of players in Germany, but also now I recently received an email from Canada from an institution that's very interested. But we decided to just sort of stay away from all the politics that are involved with institutions for now, and really just sort of make it a very open a call that, you know, really says to all these people who are also always, you know, commenting in all these various blog posts on Coursera, you know, step forward if you can do a better job. Any more? Yeah.
How are you going to wrestle with the language issues? What will be the language of instruction? A lot of the MOOCs so far have been needing to simplify their English, and people have been doing translation. What's your approach?
Again, we're completely open. You can apply with whatever language. I mean, we have a professor from Brazil who's applying with a MOOC in Portuguese. Obviously, you know, being based in Germany, we have a lot of German courses, but also German professors teaching English, as well as English language. And we have people from the US, for example, applying as well. And it ranges from, you know, space in a nutshell to the psychology of complex systems to there's some really, you know, unexpected entries. I'd say there's some chemistry course on, like, I don't even know how to translate that. That was in German, actually. So yeah, it's a wide range in terms of disciplines, as well as, you know, backgrounds. Some, you know, professors who are, you know, already emeriti and say, you know, now finally got time, to people who, you know, are associate professors and really want to get their name out. It's quite a range, and I think that's really what's going to make this very interesting. I'm pretty certain that the 10 fellows that we'll select in June will be an interesting mix of diverse backgrounds. Thank you. All right, thanks.